Hello and welcome to another edition of Ask the Young Cow. I'm the award-winning Leon Street and he is...
I'm Jack Rogers.
Why am I award-winning this week, folks? Right, let me tell you. So over the weekend, I know Jack's smiling because he wasn't expecting this, but I'd give it a bit of hustle today. So over the weekend, myself, alongside my co-host, Robert Dean Smith I, as he likes to be known as, from the Small Business Elevation podcast, won the best business podcast in the UK. So we picked up that award. So we are, for 2015, wrapping around into 2016, the go-to guys when it comes to podcasting in the business world in the UK. You heard it first right here. So if you want to find out more about that, check out the website. It's www.sbelevation.com. Today we are in the house, Young Cow, hashtag ATYC. We've got a great topic for you, and it's how to create kick-ass graphics for your digital marketing campaigns. Now we're going to jump into the usual trusty PowerPoint. So if you guys are watching the screen, you should be seeing that. House rules, remember, it's every Wednesday, 1 p.m. UK time. We are live here in the offices of Young Cow, where we bring you that hustle. Small businesses, entrepreneurs, marketers, we're here to answer your questions and bring you value in that area. So obviously when it comes to digital marketing and your marketing campaigns, graphics, visuals, all of those things are important. Would you agree, Jack?
Yes.
Cool. Now, the reason why I knew Jack would agree is because himself is pretty handy with creating graphics. I'd go so far as to say he's probably now graduated to the level of Photoshop Ninja. So when he came, he was kind of Photoshop Kung Fu Panda before the training. So I'd say you're there. Okay, yeah. So now I'd say he's the official ninja. He's enlightened. So it's important. You got to engage people. But what we're going to do is just take you through the agenda. Then we're going to jump into the PowerPoint. Hopefully you'll pick up a few tips. And if you have any questions or you want to find out a bit more about what we're talking about today, leave a comment under the video in the comment section on YouTube if you're watching this back. If you're live right now and you want to get through to us, remember you can go onto Twitter and hashtag your comment or question, hashtag ATYC, and we will follow up with you and give you an answer. Right then, so let's jump into this. So what's on the agenda, Jack?
Yeah, so what do you need to know? We've got why do you need graphics, the benefits of using graphics, how to create your own, and resources. So how do you find out how to create them and the right software to use for you?
Okay, cool. So give us a kind of overview. Why do we need graphics?
Yeah, so graphics add visual, aesthetic appeal to the information on a web page, social media posts, presentations, and much more. And graphics help to maintain viewers' interest and attention. So we've got a couple of points about graphics. So they should fit in with the purpose, the organization, and style of the page. You should avoid using graphics with large file sizes that add to the load time of the page. So this is more associated with the website. And graphics should help to guide the viewer's focus to the important content on the page.
Okay, cool. Now, obviously, why are graphics important? You know, it goes without saying. Whilst I'm holding my English cup of tea right now. Actually, thank you very much for that, Jack. Maybe this earlier. So it's making sure that my voice is flowing and, you know, saying all the right things. But anyway, graphics. Now, the key thing is, I would say here, is a picture paints 1,000 words. Now, if your campaigns are filled with, you know, text, let's say you do blogging and there's no graphics you put into your blogs, obviously the engagement that you have is going to be limited. You will get people who will read, because obviously you are engaging them, I'm assuming, and you've got good content. But if you want to take it to the next level, you need to make sure that the things that you pump out there, whether it's blogs, whether it's banners, Google AdWords, banners on Facebook marketing, so doing PPC on Facebook, or even Twitter images and banners, and you're going through paid advertising channels, you need to make sure that your graphics look the part, especially if you want to attract people in for leads or sales or just engagement. Now, this is the hangout for you. So I think, Jack, we're going to move into our next slide, which he is craftily prepared. I'm looking forward to the next slide, Jack. I want you to tell me more about what's going on. So please tell.
Yeah, so we've got some benefits now. So we've got encourage social media interest and sharing. So social networks are becoming increasingly visual. Posts with images are likely to achieve higher engagement levels than just plain text. And it's far more effective to include a great image with your post than just text.
What's the cool thing that you can do on Twitter now, I know, with images?
Yeah, we've mentioned this in the Twitter hangout we've done
we have
before, that you can tag different accounts with an image.
Yeah.
So it's similar to how you do it on Facebook, where you can tag your friends. And what it allows you to do, because Twitter has a character limit, so you don't have to at every single account where you'll use up all your characters. You can select up to 10 Twitter accounts for that image.
Yeah.
And if you get a favorite, a retweet, or any interaction, the people you've linked with the image will also get a notification if they've got it set to receive them.
Yeah, so I think it's a great tip there, actually. So basically in Twitter, if you're doing this, you've got the 140 character limit, but then you can go outside of that by tagging people into a photo, which basically extends the reach of your image, especially if you're tagging people who should be included in that post, or if you're tagging people because the image is aimed at them. So different ways for you to get more engagement and views of your images. Now, what am I looking at on the screen, Jack? This is interesting. Please tell us the story. One, you know, I can see there's quite clearly two different images, but tell us a story.
Yeah, and also with the 140 character limit, when you use an image, obviously you can see on the screen, we've got a lot more text on the image as well. So that's another way to use the image feature on Twitter.
Yeah.
And also I've laid this out in a certain way, Leon.
Yeah.
To show on Twitter that we used a graphic to ask for votes from your followers on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say the direct impact of that was the right image, where we're now using one that's saying thank you because you did win the podcast.
Pow. Thank you very much for Jack. Yeah. You know what? We bring this hustle right here. You know, I've got to push it out there. UK Best Business Podcast. Now, the whole point of showing you the two graphics is there is a difference. The first one showed that we were pushing for people to vote for us, to get our fans engaged, friends, family, fans, whoever would vote, we were interested in them. So what we did was produce some graphics that could be promoted and pushed out to the right circles. And, you know, with the power of our marketing channel, social media, and the rest, we were then able to, as a result, go on to win the award. Now, I'm not going to say it's all purely down to the graphics, but a big part of this has been ever present in this campaign to get us to win. So I'm going to give Jack a pat on the back, like proverbial. Well done, well done. But it's true. So think about your campaigns, how you reach out to people to get their engagement, and then also how do you express gratitude once you've reached out to them. People have, you know, either taken advantage or you've been able to get a result as a direct link to what you've been pushing out there. And you can see here quite clearly how we've done it. So we've gone out to our fans, and then after some hard work and a few other bits and bobs, we've then also been able to pick up a title. Now, these results are not typical. Now, what I would say here is obviously we've been podcasting for just over a year. So, you know, there was a lot of hard work other than the marketing that's gone into it. But really here, it's just showing you the power of marketing with graphics. Will take anything that you do, any of your campaigns, whether it's just social media, whether it's paid marketing using images, banners, all of that kind of stuff. It will definitely increase the success chances that you will have with your campaigns. Right then. So, have we got any more benefits, or did you want to say something?
I'd say there's one thing I've missed out.
Go on.
Or haven't mentioned, is the size of the images.
Okay, yeah, all right.
So with Twitter, without people clicking on the image to viewing the whole image, if you create in a certain size, it will already be maximized whilst you're going down your Twitter feed.
Yeah.
And Facebook, that size is the same. So it just shows straight away on Facebook.
Okay, and these are valid points, actually. I think what I'll do is I've actually got an infographic for social media image sizes, which is useful because if you are marketing on different social media channels, it's useful to know the dimensions of images, and we'll get into how you adjust those dimensions with some of the tools that we recommend a bit later. So benefits, let me jump into this one. So the benefits support your point. The right image can not only be interesting to your readers and used on social networks, but it can also add real value in your posts, as we've just seen. We've got another example We often use screenshots and graphics when talking about a topic for a live hangout, and this helps us really to communicate at a much better level so that people can see visually what's going on that given topic. Right then, we've got more benefits, and I know we've got something nicely prepared here, Jack.
Yeah. So as you mentioned earlier, they say that an image is worth 1,000 words because a single image can convey a wave of emotional connections and meanings to another person. If the topic of your blog or social media post allows it, you should strive to pick an image that will touch your readers on an emotional level. Good. And we've got 2 examples of graphics we've created that sort of are aimed at this emotional connection.
Yeah. Okay. So just to expand on that nicely put topic there, well researched, Jack, well researched. So the whole point is that if you can get people to make a decision at an emotional level, they're far more likely to take action. If it's based on logic, they're less likely, because there's always arguments that you can put for or against, whereas emotion can override all of that. Now, you can see the choice of graphics that we've used in these particular ads or banners that we use on our social media channels. In particular, these are Twitter ones. But we use the idea of a child because most people, when they think of their own childhood or think of children, it's normally happy thoughts. And at that point, you put somebody in a place where they are happy to make a decision or to take action. And so that's the reason for these particular graphics. There's many other metaphors that you can use. And, I'll state the obvious. Look at when people are selling cars, watches, perfumes, there's always women used. And the reason for this is a woman, and I'm not being sexist here, I'm just stating a fact. And what does happen is that generally women are more attractive to look at than guys. And I know women would probably say, the opposite to that. But I'm just stating here, it's more about what emotion do you set in your potential prospect's mind with the graphics that you use. Now you can see quite clearly here that we've gone for that kind of youthful child kind of euphoric look where the children look cute, and therefore you've got a far more greater chance of people looking and saying, oh, that looks cute, what's the actual message, am I interested? We've used some good contrasting colors, and so therefore we're really pushing people to make a decision by clicking on these banners. Right then, next.
Yeah, so we've got improve search engine optimization. So this is more around the website side.
So web pages on your website. Yeah.
Okay. So images are excellent for SEO. SEO is all about making sure that you use your targeted keywords often throughout your page and website. So these can be, for example, landing pages for any marketing you do on social media or Google. So how do you do this? So what you need to do is make sure the image file name is meaningful. So it's not just called logo 1. If you upload a logo, it's actually the logo of the company. Or if it's an image on improving AdWords, then make sure you call it improving AdWords. And also with WordPress in particular, we've got a screenshot on the right. When you upload an image, it gives you the option to fill in a title, a caption, alt text, and description. So this is what Google will search through your website, but it's not actually visible on your page. So you won't see, for example, certified Google partner throughout the whole website.
Yeah. And I think what Jack's alluding to is basically when Google scans your website and it tries to index a web page, if you've got images on your pages, it just adds an additional reason for Google to actually rank that particular page around a given keyword. And so, if you are targeting, a particular service or product on that page and you're loading pictures on there, try and tie in the kind of topic into the file names of your images, and then put in your title, caption, alt tags, and descriptions, all of that, because it will add and aid you with your search engine optimization. And also to some degree when you're optimizing pages for pay-per-click as well, to make sure you're getting higher quality scores. Right then, more benefits. So let's state the obvious here then, Jack. Take us through this one.
Yeah.
Because it's looking like some real hot abs right there, but tell us.
Yeah, we've got a bit of humor on this one now.
Okay.
So it's about making your brand more memorable. So for some businesses, it's the image itself that is the point of the post. So if you're selling a product, you might get a fantastic picture of your product in action. So an image that's so interesting and cool that your readers and followers love it and want to share it with their friends. So that's why we've got a picture below there. Obviously, they're advertising some buns or baps, as I would call them. I don't know what you call them.
Yeah, we call them baps. We also call them cobs, and I know further north beyond you they call them barm cakes.
All right.
Yeah. So whatever you call them, they're kind of bread rolls.
But I think these ones in particular are high protein ones. I think I can just see on the box.
Okay.
So it's obviously more focused towards fitness lifestyle.
Yeah.
So they've had a bit of fun with their product image and their design, and obviously showing it to what men or women would want to see as rock hard abs.
Okay, hard abs that are probably like 4 times the size as normal ones, but cool.
So we've also got there, you can go one step further by using a GIF. Controversial in how you say GIF. It could be GIF or Jeff, however
I'd go with a GIF for GIF.
Yeah. You can use these on social media platforms such as Twitter and Facebook, and there's a lot more that also support GIFs. And what a GIF is a short animation that can last as long as you want, and it will also continuously loop. So this is another way of just attracting the eye of your visitors.
Cool. So all of this is great, Jack.
Yeah.
But how do you actually create these kind of graphics, these visuals that help us with our campaigns?
So if you already have some basic knowledge of image editing, you can use a program called GIMP, which is free. You can use Photoshop. This is a paid option, and it's normally the create more experienced users or companies that would use this program. Or if you have no experience, you can use Fiverr.com and outsource it. Okay,
so I think the point I was getting to is really kind of most people will look at a great graphic, a great banner, and say, wow, I wish I could create that. And quite clearly what we've put on here are 3 examples or resources that you can use. Now, GIMP, it stands for something like graphics interface, blah, blah, blah program. Check it out because it is a really good tool that you can download for free and create good graphics. And if you want to take things to the next level, or you feel comfortable, you can then start to look at things like Adobe Photoshop. I know you can pay monthly and it's all kind of cloud-based, but Adobe is kind of the market leader when it comes to image editing. It's what we use in-house here, and there's a lot that has been gained through using Photoshop over the years, and there's some really great tips and tricks and so on that you'll be able to find on YouTube if you're not familiar with how to use that, or even GIMP. If you're thinking, I'd love some great graphics, but I cannot be bothered to do it, then look at outsourcing it. And that's why we've put the other resource on there. Fiverr.com, their products, their gigs, as they call them, the services start from $5, and you'll find 1,000,001 different gigs available for different graphic design needs. So look at it if you want a logo, banner, and more. There's so many ideas that you will be able to get out of it. If you've got any further questions, remember just to leave your comments underneath this video if you're watching back on YouTube. Right, I think we're about to wrap up very soon, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right, so hopefully that's kind of re-emphasized the need for video in your marketing campaigns. Now, make sure you consider using graphics. Don't just rely on text alone. And if you're already great at creating content, just bump in a few extra images just to give the people who are visually switched on when they're reading something extra for their eyes to follow and focus on as they're reading your valuable content. So let us conclude then, Jack. Let's jump back into our final slide.
Yeah, so you now have an insight into the benefits of graphics and the programs you can use and websites you can use to get started. And just remember, we're here to help. So if you're determined to make this work, you can get in contact with us on Twitter at YoungCowUK, #ATYC, or the traditional way of the phone number.
Okay, cool. So hopefully you found that useful. There's lots of resources. There's free templates that you can get online, and I think we need to probably put a few into the description on this one. Get graphics into your campaigns. It's the only way. And the next, logical step from that is, if you're not doing it already, then get into video as well. just like what we're doing today, live hangouts, get your brand out there, get your message out there, provide value in your marketing message and the services that you give to your customer. So thanks for watching. Remember, it's every Wednesday, 1 p.m. UK time, #ATYC. I'm Leon Street. He's
Jack Rogers.
We're bringing that hustle, baby. Stay tuned. Catch you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.